Hey, this is Dave from By the Way, back with another dungeon guide. This is Heroic Siege of Niuzao Temple. Niuzao Temple. Yeah, the siege of that, the heroic version. I am taking the role of healer here. And as you can see, when we start off, we're kind of like in the base of a tree. We're just going to clear some mobs. I'm grabbing some quests here. The thing squirting out of the side, you'll see I get caught in one of those. It dazes you. The tank gets hit a couple of times. There's a, see right there, I'm stuck. And you can't do anything when you get caught in the sap, basically. So just avoid those. You can see them squirting out. They're pretty easy to avoid. This is going to continue on for a couple of more packs. In the middle to the left a little bit, you'll see there's the boss is there. After this pack, I think we move in on the boss. This is being played at 183%. We'll slow it down at the end to finish off the last encounter, but to speed it up for time's sake, because it does take a little bit to get through here. Right here we're discussing which way we're going to go. If we're going to take the rest of those mobs, we're going to move into the middle and get the boss. Grab these mobs here. Basically what you're doing is circling around this this tree trunk. The tank can pull the mobs out of those shields right there, and is highly recommended that he does, because obviously range can't do any damage to them while they're in there. So pull them out, back them up, the shields stay there, the guys come with you. Now we're going to move into the middle, and we're going to take on Vizier's Jinbark. This guy is not difficult in any way. We're waiting for a cooldown on the tank, and he runs in. Best to stay out of the middle there. As you can see, there's some guys coming in on the side now. The range, DPS is going to have to turn towards them and take them out, because they're going to be trying to get to the center. And then he's going to do that detonate. The detonate doesn't do too much damage if you kill all of the adds. The more adds that get to the center, the more damage he will do total. So make sure that when they pop up, you focus those. Obviously the tank can continue working on the boss. They melt pretty fast. We had 2 hunters and a monk. The hunters were able to rip through those adds pretty quick. And you can see that it does like 24,000 damage when that hits. So just avoid the center. Kill the adds when they pop down, and this boss is very easy to burn down. We're gonna loot them up, and that drop pisses me off, because I had just created this new helmet. This one tends to be a little bit better for my healing spec, but is lower eye level, so I wasn't incredibly happy about that. But moving on out into the circular area, the outside area again, you can skip that one group of mobs. You can probably skip almost 2 of them if you do it right, but this one you have to go through. So continuing on, we're just going to take out some more mob packs here. Same deal. Watch out for the sap. If you get hit with it, you get stunned a little bit. Pull the guys out of the shield. Should be good to go. Again, I'm looking at my newly won helmet and cursing. Not a difficult dungeon to heal through. There's a couple of places where the tank gets caught up and takes a little bit more damage than I can heal up. I'm semi-undergeared, low eye level, that's why we're doing these runs, but for the most part, we don't wipe. Tank dies, I think, twice. We're able to bring him up once in battle. The other time, the Panda Monk takes over to finish off one of the bosses, but overall, not a difficult dungeon. Same old here, just clearing some packs out. With the 2 hunters in the back there, they they go down pretty quick. We're going to bust through this little wall right here, and these three guys are getting attacked. This guy melts very quickly, and then you start to hear a little background story, and he explains what's going to happen. I'm walking around here, not paying attention. But basically, you're going to want to keep everybody up on this top part right here. There's some guys that are come running up the walkway, and you will have the opportunity to drop some bombs on them to slow them down, do a little bit of damage, and then take care of them when they get to the top. So the story's over, and the onslaught begins. Those yellow things that the pandas are coming over and setting down, anybody can grab. You get a green targeting icon, and you're going to throw them down, and it does a little bit of damage to these guys, and it slows them down. You don't want to fight those guys down there, because bombs will be getting dropped on you, as well as some of the guys have detonation bombs. Now, this guy here, we ended up killing him before the final boss comes, which is an achievement, but Amber Wing is his name, or her name. Pops in every once in a while and does some... See, there's the targeting. You can drop them right on there. One of the guys thinks it's funny to drop one up here. Does a little bit of damage. It's annoying. But the tank is gonna... Tank can keep those guys off to the side over there. See, the panda ran down and got hit with some of the guys that had bombs and took a great deal of damage. Amberwing will come in, stand basically right there, and drop some AoE attacks here and there. Melee can attack Amberwing. She pops in every once in a while, does some damage, goes away, and comes back. You're going to continue this for a couple of waves, and then eventually you're going to move on to Commander Vorjak, the next boss. Yep, there goes Amberwing dies. We finish off this pack of mobs. I'm just throwing a couple more bombs down there. I believe ranged people can hit those guys as they're running up too, without any issue. See right there, the tank got hit by a couple of the detonation guys and took a decent amount of damage, and the panda runs over there and does the same thing, but obviously can't mitigate the damage like the tank can. And here comes the commander. Not a difficult fight. He does charge every once in a while and do a whirlwind attack. Relatively easy to avoid. When he does a whirlwind, just step away from it. And he melts pretty quick. And you'll see one more. It's not really the whirlwind, it's like 1,000 blades or whatever, but right there he does it again. If you just step out of there, you'll be fine. Once in a while he charges. No big deal. Boss is dead. Achievement earned. Achievement get. And we move on with our panda friends to move on to the next area. I'm going to start freeing some of these guys here because of the quests I got in the beginning, while I'm waiting for the pandas to get over and blow the door open. From here, we're going to be clearing out some more packs, obviously, and making our way towards the General Pavalak. More bug names. See, I grew there a little bit. Hunter thought it was funny to misdirect to me. The healer. But you're just going to burn down a couple of packs of mobs, as is the standard. These guys really don't do any damage. I find myself burning off free heals and just heals in general, just to top off the tank every once in a while. Nothing that can't be managed. Now we're heading down into this bigger area down here. You're gonna want to strategically clear these mobs because there are some patrol mob groups that are walking around. So if you grab them in the wrong spot, then you might pick up a little bit more, and it can be a little bit dangerous. Overall, a rather short dungeon at 183% speed. We finished this. This is only about a 15-minute video, and that's, for the most part, most of our group going through it the first time and learning as we were going. Right there, I think we picked up an extra pack, so the tank's trying to move them back a little bit. It got a little bit too much. But you can see like there's a pack of 3 down there moving together. Just want to watch out for those. Once in a while, they'll drop aggro and charge. They don't really do too much. They're just standard cannon fodder. Now we're moving on to the general. This boss, our tank dies during. He's a little bit, you gotta pay a little bit more attention to what you're doing. There's some more mechanics involved with him. But we'll get to that once we clear out these mobs. And the healing is to the level that I can discuss wanting the Phoenix hatchling with one of my guildmates while I'm healing. So it's the small mob packs are not horrible to deal with. And grabbing this last pack, you're going to want to be a little bit wary of where the boss is, because if you pull him on accident, then you're going to have a little bit of an issue while you try and finish off this mob pack, but we do it pretty well. And now we're going to grab the general. The general he doesn't really do too much damage. He does a couple of big AoE attacks, which you'll see, and you'll see everybody's health drop. Health bar pops up, and I'm kind of like, I'm confused as to why that happens, but it's fine. He does throw his sword and then charge at it. You'll see where the sword is before he charges that, or before he throws it, so you'll be able to avoid it rather easily. He can do some decent damage if he hits you with the charge. You just saw him do Tempest. That's his big AoE attack. So you can see right there, I dodged his sword without an issue. Tempest again, does damage to everybody, not too much. And you can see right there, he does his shield ability. What's happening now is you can't do any damage to him, but he's dropping these bombs everywhere and calling in adds. The tank needs to circle around and grab these adds, while anybody who has the ability to run around and grab the bombs will need to throw them at his shield. I was also doing this, so the tank doesn't get the healing that he needs. The problem with the bombs on the ground that are dropped is if they're left unattended, they will explode. This happens, we lose our tank shortly when this happens at one point, because all the bombs that were around him were not being attended to and exploded, and we're doing some decent damage. He does his shield ability 2 times, I believe. It's 2 times. Yeah, the bulwark. He does that twice. Any typical AoE tank or has the ability to do some AoE should be able to handle the adds without a problem. You can see the bombs on the ground. If you don't get them soon enough, they blow up. Right here, we lose the tank because of all the bombs that were around him that nobody grabbed, all going off at the same time. Plus, he's trying to maintain the adds and the boss head pulled out of his bulwark. So our monk has to, who's luckily off-spec to be a tank, knows what to do, and can pick up the pet's help as well, and we're able to finish him off. The healers will just have to heal through the Tempest and watch out for any DPS that may get hit by spare bombs that are not picked up. You have a decent amount of time when they're on the ground to pick them up and throw them at him, but you do need to do this, because if you don't, the bulwark won't go away, and mobs adds will continue to spawn. Otherwise, not a horrible boss to deal with. Just pay attention to where the bombs are, pay attention to the adds, and make sure that the bombs are getting picked up and thrown at his bulwark. Heal through the Tempest, and avoid his sword when he throws and charges at it. relatively easy to deal with. Here we're going to move on to the last section. There's a couple of polls, and then we get on to the last boss. Wing Leader Neronak. Yeah, we're going to go with that. Now in here, I get a little confused as to what is going on, because I'm still talking about pet battles with my guildmate, which was kind of stupid of me. And I keep getting hit with this amber. What it does is it stuns you and it'll prevent you from doing anything for a short period of time. It's rather frustrating. You don't take any damage while you're in it, but you can't do anything else. And when it's constantly hitting the healer, it tends to be a little bit of a problem. As you can see, there's kind of like this back and forth little corridor. As the tank progresses through it, he needs to grab what he can and line of sight, pull him back a little bit, because the guys that are not at his attention are constantly throwing things. So you can see that I was getting hit a lot by the extra guys that were left. And you're just going to continue through this, and you're going to burn down all these guys, and then you're going to see the last boss. This is the last group of 3. Now the last boss has a couple of things that she will do. Not only will she throw some quick drying resin or sap at you. If that hits you, you'll see a bar pop up. I get hit with it once. You just need to jump. If you let it harden, then you'll obviously be stuck in the spot for a certain amount of time. But when you get hit by it, you just need to jump around and it goes away. See the panda got hit with it right there. The yellow spots on the ground, don't do too much. See, I got the resin on me, so I jump around and eventually it goes away. What she's going to do at a certain point, she's going to fly over to the other side of the bridge. The yellow spots on the ground don't do too much damage, if any, and just basically slow you down. You're going to make your way back over to her, and every once in a while she's going to blast you with some wind. Here I'm going to slow it down just so you can see the end of the boss in real time. But you just need to make your way back and forth. For us, it only happened twice. Just watch out for the resin on the ground. Slows you down, prevents you from getting there. As you can see, I'm kind of weaving back and forth between it. There's the gust of wind. You can walk against it, but you don't gain any. It'll stop, and then you can run. She does need to be interrupted. As you can see right there, the tank didn't get to her in time. Was unable to interrupt, and we got hit with another gust of wind. So the interrupt needs to go down so that she stops doing her gusts of wind. Other than that, simple boss to take care of. Stay out of the yellow on the ground to prevent being slowed down. Jump if you get the quick dry resin on you, and just walk your way back and forth whenever she flies to either side. Relatively easy dungeon. If this was helpful to you, please give me a like. It helps other people find my videos when they're searching. And stay tuned for some more heroic dungeon guides. I am Dave, and by the way, like always, good luck and have fun.